Welcome to Game Rentals. And we're doing something different.
Yeah, we mention it in one of our 900 filler episodes. I think it's near the beginning, probably episode like 100.
Give or take.
That we had some footage distort on us, right? Like, we have some theories as to why, and we're going to discuss that in this upcoming video. In this upcoming one take.
Hey, don't fuck this up.
Yeah. So, what we're going to try and do is we're just going to watch and see where it fucks up, get a real good feel for it, and we're just going to talk about the channel, I guess.
Yeah. So you can already see some of some distortions happen, but what ended up happening was we did about 4 in a night, which is actually usually do about 5. We did 4 that night. The first 2 came out perfectly fine. No issues, no problems. They look great. Well, yeah. Great for our standards at least.
Yeah.
And
which is amazing.
Phenomenal. Literally perfect. But then I open up this 13th episode and I notice it's very short. It's only 16 minutes. I'm like, that's unusual. I wonder why that is. And then I check the audio file that goes with it, and it's, of course, it's way longer. It's like 22 minutes. Like, I'm missing 6 minutes here. What's going on? So I open the 14th episode. It's only about 6 minutes. I'm thinking, okay, I think I see what happened here. File got split in half somehow. The recording got a little dicked up. I'll just finesse it a little bit, make it smooth it out, it'll look fine. And then I imported that 6-minute version, and I realized, no, wait, that is episode 14. It's missing about 22 minutes worth of content. And I'm like, oh, sweet mother of fuck, what happened, right?
Yeah.
And after watching it, I think I saw what happened. We're missing about 22 minutes worth of frames.
Yeah, just actual frames gone. That's why you see us jumping around. That's why you see us missing. It literally just skips frames. And we have 2 proposed theories. First one is that because of the capture card software we use and the capture card we use,
and there goes the sound,
has a problem. Well, it doesn't have a problem, but it's an auto adjustment feature, right? Because we're playing this, which is quote unquote high def, and the other game where we're playing at the time is Gotcha Force, which is not high def, or might be high def. We have it through a converter through HDMI, which should mean it's a digital signal and should be fine, or something. It basically shouldn't be any different, but like it recorded fine.
Right.
But the error is that basically the capture card or software or whatever tried to auto adjust for bullshit between one of our recordings. And because of that, it was recording this one, which was after Gotcha Force that time, at a shitty frame rate.
And thus we got this garbled mess.
Exactly. Like, it just didn't figure whether that's amazing. Look how many links there were on screen.
Yeah, like this is actually the raw TS file that the capture card makes that we're watching right now. And the thing is with that is that it'll actually, if we were to use this...
Not that bad, my god.
You're pretty terrible sometimes.
I know I was super hopped up on cold meds because I was sick during this, but...
Yeah.
I know I'm normally not great.
Don't worry about it. I forgive you. Don't worry, you don't play these kind of games. This is my jam. This is the shit I grew up with. This is the stuff that, like, I'm like... Man, I could play these for days.
Yeah. So the other theory is that Hans here heard that he punched one of the cables as he was going back recording.
It's more of a slap, really, but...
Yeah, well, whatever hands do. And there's a good chance that might have jimmied one of the cables loose just enough that it couldn't get a proper signal.
Yeah, that's where we sit in it right now. If you want to jump ahead to this like a little bit more, that'd be great.
Yeah,
so actually,
how bad this gets.
You might have noticed actually too the sound cut out too. Also, should I put a seizure warning on this? Like, holy fuck.
No, I'm okay with that. If you remember, I was totally you told me I had a weapon that could literally seizure warning. I was so in for that. But yeah, it gets pretty bad. The fact that the audio went, actually, that makes me 100% confident in the slightly jimmied HDMI theory. Because that would definitely cause, like, shitty signal transfer, and it would definitely cause the audio to drop after a while if it got a little further loose.
Oh my god, it looks like it's fucking deep fried.
Yeah. But you know what the weird thing is?
What?
You know what the weird thing is?
What's the weird thing?
I'm not sure if it would be the HDMI or the USB cable that connects our capture card to the laptop, because it still played fine. We didn't notice any problems, right? If it was the HDMIs, we would have noticed the frame rate issues. We would have got some disconnect issues right away. So I'm guessing it would have had to have been the USB that was jimmied a little bit.
Very possible. Like the power source was fucked up. Who knows?
Yeah. Live and learn. This has been a big experience for us. Hans is a film student who basically on the verge of, how do I put this? Giving up his dreams and putting them in the grave like the rest of the millennials. Wanted to try and do something with it. Had some time. I had some money. I'm doing a co-op, and so we pooled our resources. We got some equipment. We took some time. And we started a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're like, let's just make like a Let's Play thing to start with, because it's like,
this is awesome.
Oh my god, this is like, look at this Dragon Ball Z ass fight. Just teleport.
Join me.
Okay. So it's pretty much, it's more of like a time thing, because it's like, man, I would love to be able to do more stuff like reviews and like skits and shit, but you know what that takes? Time.
And lighting.
And lighting. Fuck, the lighting in this room is garb.
Yeah, we record in the basement, as all good YouTubers start off.
Of course. Well, yeah, so we're like...
Is that Princess Peach? Looks like fucking Princess Peach.
You're Princess Peach.
I wish it was Bowsette.
Do you?
I kinda do, jeez.
I feel like there's some weird connotation
I also
there.
feel like I'm a Titan and can breathe fire.
Why wouldn't you just be Bowser then?
Bowsette's sexy.
Saying Bowser ain't sexy?
He is, but Bowsette's sexier to me, right? So maybe I'd think differently if I was Bowsette. I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
Well, this is getting a little weird.
This is getting a little too specific. Moving on. But yeah, so it's like, let's do like a Let's Play thing. Like, I can do these relatively like quicker than like a regular like a proper like edited video. Like, I do take the time to like, I go through the entire thing. I do edits here and there. I fix all the volume because this piece of shit won't stop fucking screaming.
I can't.
Except for on this series of episodes, actually, which is quite ironic, actually. He was very, very, very quiet.
Yeah. Like, I had a weird cold. Instead of, it was a cold. I was assured by my doctor it was a cold. Like a flu-type regular thing. Just instead of the regular symptoms of coughing, sneezing, congestion, whatever the fuck you would normally get with a cold or flu, it fucked up my equilibrium. To the point where getting from my room upstairs, and where I live, to the basement would make me so nauseous and so sick to my stomach, like dizzy sick. I had to sleep. Right. So in order to record this, I had to pop a bunch of different fucking cold meds and anti-nauseants to sit in a chair leaned back at a further than 45-degree angle long enough for me to get this done.
Yeah. You should pull up the other video, actually, over the other chance.
Oh, yeah. This one is,
clearly fucked. So this was the one that was 16 minutes when I imported it, and it was missing about 6 minutes worth of, I'm going to call it frame data, but I know that's not quite right. Mm-hmm. But it was missing about 6 minutes of cutout frames.
My current background for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That fucking Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. That was a good show.
Yeah, I have thousands of backgrounds. I just had an issue and had to stop for a little bit and just fixed it to that one. It was a random one, but I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, so this is the one that ended up at about 7 minutes.
Yeah.
When I imported it, and I was thinking the 13 and the 14, and it was just a weird naming convention because we made it like recorded it, stopped and go maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
And when I started watching this though for the first time, I'm like, oh god, look,
yeah. Like this one, we're missing, 14 minutes solid of frames in this one?
Oh, it's worse. This is a long one. This is about 23 minutes.
Oh my god. So we're missing almost 20 solid, not 20, we're missing a lot of minutes.
About 17 minutes.
We're missing about 17 minutes worth of frames, just raw frames.
So it was just hopping around, and this is actually, oh god!
Like really, that looks like a
Picasso! Hey! But, fuck.
Look at that. What is that? What the fuck is that? The fuck is this? The fuck are those?
The fuck are you?
I don't know. Look at this shit. The chest can't even figure it the fuck out.
Man, I was so it's so funny because we had a gag that we'd put together for like a previous episode, and it was like, let's do it better this time. And it was basically, it was me holding a note consecutively through several different edits, and I actually, the first time I did it, And if you've probably already seen it, if you've seen our previous stuff,
And you should have. Like, comment, subscribe.
etc., etc. I couldn't find the note I hit before, but for this one, I'm pretty sure I did hit the note, and I was like super excited to put it all together and make it work. And it was like, I loaded it up, and I'm like, this is a garbled mess. Oh, sweet mother of fuck.
Yeah, there was no saving this. We originally planned to like release it normally and release the filler along with it, but it's just so bad. It's missing time. We figured it'd just be better to talk a bit about it and show you exactly why we couldn't use it and point out all the lack of, sub.
Oh God. Oh.
What?
Time is nothing. Time is irrelevant.
Time is a human construct.
So, this also acts as a good way to kind of show, because 15 is going to be fine.
15's fine.
Because 15 was a different day. Like, it was basically, I came by Eli's on the Wednesday, and we recorded 4 episodes, because we're a bunch of fucking losers, and we do WoW raids on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Woo.
So I rushed over here after work, we recorded 4 of them, I brought like nothing home, I just left it all here. Came back again on Thursday before raid again, recorded the last one, packed up everything, and ran my ass home so we could get the raid done. And it was like, fuck. And then I look at 15 too, just thinking that like, oh, this is gonna be a hot mess too. And it was, no, it's perfect. It's completely normal, 100% fine. So I have no idea how this could have happened. But yeah, anyway, I was trying to say this also acts as a good kind of. We get an explanation.
Are those fairies? Are those bees? Are those like deadly murder transvestites? No one's going to fucking know. We don't even fucking know.
Murder transvestites, 100%, no doubt.
100% no doubt.
Yeah. So
nothing against. We just talk shit.
Yeah. The transvestites are fun. It's the murder transvestites. They're different.
Yeah, they're like regular murders, but
it's just
they're the murderers.
They're just murderers at that point, but. Don't hang out with murderers.
Or do, I don't know.
So, yeah, jump ahead a little more, because I kind of want to talk about what actually happened, because 15 is going to come out as normal, like nothing fucking happened. And at least when you watch it, you'll at least know where the fuck we are.
Yeah.
He beat Dungeon 4 early. I was very proud of him. He did a good job. So he beat Blind, found the fake princess, brought him into the light room.
Blind was easy.
I've
played what's it called? Link Between Worlds.
So you understood the concept of, okay, it's going to be a fake out. Mm-hmm. Though in this one, it's a lot more extreme than Link Between Worlds, because Link Between Worlds is like Blind is like ambushes you and the girl, versus when the girl is, I'm blind, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Fucking video game's first monster girl, am I right?
I guess.
Yeah?
Is it?
Yeah,
I think it is.
I mean,
I think we got a game. I don't know if I want to take the time to research that, but it would be something I'd like to know. Leave it in the comments. Video game's first monster girl.
Actually, I'm gonna guess, because that's not even really a monster girl. If you want to be real, it's just a disguise. Yeah. It would probably be on the Sega CD if I had to guess.
Okay.
If it's gonna be anywhere, that's where it would be. But anyway, so he beat Blind, and that was good. Then we decided to do a little bit of exploring. And he found the ice rod, which was like, that's one of like the 3 items we need to actually beat the last like main dungeon before the tower again. So I was like, okay, that's good. That was lucky that he actually took the time to be like, ooh, cave, ooh, piece of candy, and what the fuck is it? Ice rod? That's cool.
Yeah.
So we got that, and we decided that, you know what? Fuck the establishment. We're gonna do Dungeon 6. We're gonna say fuck getting the hook shot. We're gonna do this like a bunch of cool ass bastards.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna be picking up in the 15th episode, almost like pushing more through Dungeon 6. So if you want to maybe just jump ahead so you can just kind of see how far we got in. Man, this was a fucking shit show.
Yeah, these raw TS files have all the content.
Yeah.
But they include all the skipping. Because when we export it as an MP4, I just kind of like it. Jimmy rigs it together because it's a compressed format.
Yeah, so the TS will hold where the frames were removed. The MP4 will not. It just skips them. So it looks a little better. There's tons of screen tearing and shit still, and it jumps all over the place, and the sound's gone. But
And sometimes it goes back in time and loads frames it missed. Sometimes it just does this.
But yeah, it wasn't as bad.
Sometimes it censors the floor.
That floor could have been a big old.
There's a wood block up there. It took the wood block. What the fuck? How?
Yo, man, that floor could have had a big old titty on it. You don't know.
I wouldn't know. It's fucking censored.
Oh yeah, this is where we were gonna do the bit too, because it was like trying to find all the spell we actually needed to get into Dungeon 6, because we went all the way there and we're like, it's like, yeah, you need ether to get into it. I'm sure you need ether. Go to the fucking catfish, and then the catfish gave him Quake. I'm like, fuck.
Some guide.
I mean, you needed Quake anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got ether, we got Quake, we got the ice rod, we got the Titan's mitts, and I think not in this episode we didn't get anything else. We started the Dungeon 6 with a funny little skip, because normally you need the hook shot to get into Dungeon 6, and rather than doing that, said you can actually position yourself on the far right hand side of the block that would normally hook shot you out of the dungeon, and then quickly spin around when you're dashing, and you'll bounce off the block and fly over the hole just far enough to get into the dungeon.
It's neat stuff. Pro tip, most of the weird noises you hear in the back of this video are me fidgeting. Because I can't stop.
Here's a fidget spinner right here.
I literally have 3 right by. Let me see which one that is. What's this one? This one's from a security vendor from East... I don't know if I should mention them. This maybe not this time. I feel like it wouldn't matter, but you never know. Yeah. I got one next to me, which is my best one, which a friend of mine stole from someone else at that was given out by my college. Some dude just left it and walked away, and my drunk friend took it and gave it to me, and I'm like, okay, cool, I have a fidget spinner. And I was drunk at the time, too, so, I wasn't thinking really straight.
Yeah.
They were giving it away for free, and he worked for... I'm pretty sure that dude worked for the school union, so he probably got another one. And I have another one from a security vendor I just got recently. Check this one out.
Are we
reviewing? It's nice and it's green. Look at this one. It's so cool.
Are we reviewing fidget spinners with no visuals?
I mean, I guess. But this one actually has, like, the bearings in the side.
Oh, nice. Anyway, so, yeah, you might be able to make out the trick we did to get into the dungeon.
We'll see. We'll see. He
fucked up a lot.
Took me a couple tries. It's a weird thing, man. We're literally botching our way through a dungeon.
Yeah, because, like, I guess a quick thing before we wrap up, our plan moving forward is that we want to be doing... We're kind of... It's like a rental store. We want to share what our experiences were growing up and all the different games we played with each other. Because, fuck, we've known each other for so fucking long, and we've always talked about... Like, he's always like, man, I fucking loved Killer 7 when I played it the first time. And I'm like, fuck, I've never played Killer 7, and it's an older game, and old games are my jam. I'm all about that.
But we never really have, like, an excuse to play it, right? Like, if we have extra time, we're often, we're out where we used to, we played a lot of online games, a lot of Blizzard stuff, right?
Yeah, Diablo, WoW.
Yeah, there's all sorts of games we just never got the chance to go back and revisit or share with anyone, so here we are. So that was a big thing for me, because I really fell out of gaming. You may remember around the time, it's because a lot of the game... I bought a couple games. I think it was Manhunt that really did it. Because I thought it was this, like, stealth murder game. And I'm like... I was an angsty teenager. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm all about that. But less than halfway through, it just turned into what you would... Just a shooter. Right? Just like a shooting game. And it was still, like, unique. And I know there were still stealth sections later. But it was just so disheartening. And because I grew up playing, like, we're doing now Gotcha Force. Which, as you've seen, is, like... super fucking out there. It's really good. The gameplay's like great.
That's fun.
Killer 7 was a super unique experience. I played that way early. I played Resident Evil 4, one of the pinnacles. Some consider the best Resident Evil game, right? It may not be actually. Like 2 and 1 are obviously amazing too for their own regards.
1 remake, 2. People, okay, 3's debatable because 3 was that weird transition between the more action focused and that horror tank controls focus. But I think 2 or 3 works super well, and I would love to see a remake of it just because of the sole fact of its namesake, Nemesis. Like, that's just fucking good shit. Yeah. And you were totally going to play 3 at one point. I know you're not a huge fan of the tank controls, but man, 3 is good, and I'm going to give you one freebie on that one when you play it. There's a really easy way to cheese Nemesis in the first fight.
Alright, we'll have to remember that for later.
But, yeah, of course, obviously. But
here we are, we're still blabbing on. I'm trying to think of other games that I used to play. This is the big thing for me because I haven't played anything new recently. I don't play new games. I don't play single player games. I play online and I go out, or I do work stuff or college stuff.
Yeah, it's like me. I read, and I don't play a lot of new stuff unless it's something I've been like looking forward to for a long time, or I make time for it.
I've been trying to get through the Kingdom Hearts series for months. I literally just stopped. I can't get back to play it because I'm doing other stuff.
And for me, it was like I'm waiting for Smash Brothers, Resident Evil 2 remake, which I'm fucking hyped for. You may see that on this channel because I'm going to buy that on the first day, and I'm going to beat it in the day I fucking get it.
And then I get to play it.
And he gets to play it.
Because I want to play that too, because I really like the Resident Evil games, and I love horror games. I loved Silent Hill too. That was another one. That was one of the few ones I played just before I got to Manhunt, which killed it for me. It was really fun. I love horror, but you know, I hate tank controls. Would rather kill myself.
Yeah, there's a lot of indie games I think we'll be covering too, like, because like I've played, like we did a Cuphead, and I know you want me to play Axiom Verge.
I do.
So that's one that we'll be covering. I want him to play for indie games? What's another indie game I can think of that's really good? There's a new one actually that I really like called Crosscode.
Yeah.
And as soon as I beat that, like I'm thinking that's one that you might get a kick out of. I've told you about it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, looks like I died.
Yeah.
I had a fair. Did we do much more of this footage? No.
Yeah, so just kind of jump to the end just so we can see where we ended off on. We apparently ended on a shit brown screen. I'm sorry.
It's more of a shit gray. Oh, there it is.
Actually, no. If we're going with shit brown, I'm gonna say Call of Duty brown.
Fair.
First person shooter brown.
Hey.
Yeah. You know, boring and washed out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm gonna say like,
comment,
subscribe,
ring the bell. You made it this far. Thanks for listening, and hopefully you get your friends involved and help this poor college student and I, live the dream.
Yeah, maybe we can actually make something out of this and do some more shit.
Yeah. Like, get a real editor.
Fuck you.